All right, hopefully second time's the charm. I apologize, guys. I was live like 10 minutes ago, but apparently when I was talking and certain picture clips were showing, my audio was cut off. So let's try this again, guys. I'm just going to try this again. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 1 review of Loki, the newest MCU Disney Plus show. I apologize if you were just here 10 minutes ago. I was live, but apparently when I was showing pictures of this show, my audio was completely cut out, so I'm going to try it again, and hopefully this works this time. Guys, if you're tuning on in here, please hit that like button. It really goes a long way with this channel, and consider clicking that subscribe button. I will be talking Loki every week on this channel, including today, so get in the comment section if you're not here in the chat. Let me know your thoughts on the pilot episode of Loki. We're just going to get right into it, guys. Break down each scene that happened in this episode once again. Again, I apologize. Mistakes do happen. So the episode opens up with the Avengers Endgame scene in the Battle of New York. Loki basically grabbing the Tesseract, just like we saw in this scene right here, grabs the Tesseract, and then he just disappears, and that's where the series kicks off. And I thought that was a great way to open up this show, and Tom Hiddleston's Loki, basically. This is 2012 Loki. This is not the Loki we saw in Thor Ragnarok. This is Loki 2012 back again, and he lands in the Gobi Desert in Mongolia, and he sees these group of people. They're like, why did you come to our planet? And he's like, I am Loki of Asgard. And then we see these group of people called the the Time Variance Authority show up, and Loki's basically broken rules. And first of all, guys, this pilot episode's opening was fantastic, and this pilot episode all around was great. We had WandaVision and Falcon Winter Soldier. Their pilot episodes were really enjoyable, but this one might be the best in my opinion. And this is coming from me because Loki was at the bottom 2 of my most anticipated MCU shows, and already off the bat, it's starting off strong, and I am loving the show so far. So, like I mentioned, we get introduced to these people called the Time Variance Authority, the TVA, and these group of people, they're arresting Loki for things he's done, messing with time, and one of the TVA members we do meet in here is this actress, Wunmi Mosaku. I apologize if I am mispronouncing her name, but she plays this character, and I really enjoyed this character, guys. What a great introduction. When she hits Loki across the face, Loki's going slow-mo and going through, just feeling the pain. And I thought that was a great introduction to her character. She's a take-no-shit kind of attitude, and I like that. The TVA, this world, this kind of justice place, Loki is basically getting on the TVA clothes, and he's like, I am not guilty of any of the crimes you accused me of. And so this whole episode is introducing this world, these group of people, the TVA, and what they're all about. And so I think that transitions perfectly to the next scene. We get introduced to this character called Miss Minutes. Now, I don't know anything about this character right here. If any of you guys are comics readers, let me know in the chat or in the comment section. But she's in the poster, and she's basically given this exposition scene of what these group of people are about, the TVA. And Miss Minutes looks like a little animated character you see in a Disney film, but she seems like it'll be one of the highlights of the show from what I hear. Now, many of my friends, they got to see the first 2 episodes early. They're really loving the Miss Minutes character and what that's all about. Hopefully it throws in a lot of great comedic moments, but she brings up timekeepers and Nexus and TVA. If you break the rules, you're going to get the justice you deserve, and that's what Loki's being accused of in this pilot episode. And so I think that transitions over here to one of the most anticipated characters in the show, Owen Wilson's character, Mobius. Now, Mobius, I don't know what this character basically is all about, but apparently he does work for the TVA, and he's just trying to get information out of people, and Loki included. So we have this little flashback scene after the opening title sequence, which reminded me of the Twilight Zone for some reason. But he's talking to this little girl, and this little girl is given this little story about this person committed this crime, and she points, well, he asks her, who is doing this to you? And she points to this picture right here of a devil. Now, if you know what we've been talking about with WandaVision, you know Mephisto is a name, and Mephisto is the devil. Is Mephisto involved in Loki now? That will be very interesting indeed if that is the case. Shows this photo of the devil, and is it Mephisto, or is it another anticipated MCU villain that's coming in Ant-Man 3, which is Kang the Conqueror, played by Jonathan Majors? So I thought that was a pretty cool reveal. It's already setting up some nice Easter eggs that it could be potentially Mephisto indeed. So I thought that was a really cool sequence. And we get to know more about Owen Wilson's character and what his job basically is. He just wants information out of people, just through conversation and dialogue. He's not like a bad cop type of person. He's more like that good cop who wants the right answers. So Loki is going through the security systems whenever he's talking to these people. Loki's just staring at them dead eye and like, you have no idea who you're messing with. I'm the god of mischief. So funny. Tom Hiddleston is literally perfect casting, guys, alongside Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man, Chris Evans, Captain America. Like, Tom Hiddleston was the perfect choice for this character. That is all I will say about that. So Loki is going to stand trial and talk to this new character we get introduced to, Guga Botharos character, Ravonna Renslayer. Now, this character has some interesting comics history. Apparently, she dated Kang the Conqueror in the comics, from what I hear. And maybe that could be the introduction to Kang's character. Maybe making an appearance in here, but Ravonna Renslayer does have that interesting storyline from the comics, from what I hear. Yeah, this character seems interesting, like she's a take no shit justice type of character, and she's saying, Logan, you are guilty of all these charges. What is your stance? And he's like, guilty of this. He tries to use his powers, and it clearly doesn't work, and so it throws in some great comedic moments. They're laughing at Loki, and then Loki's just losing a lot of times in this episode, so I'm very interested to see what they do with this Ravonna Renslayer character, and if Kang the Conqueror could possibly make his appearance in this show. So now let's talk about the moment I think we've all been waiting for, just more moments and introduction and dialogue back and forth between Loki and Mobius in the show, because we saw a lot of it in the trailers. The elevator scene, which has been promoted in the trailers. Owen Wilson's talking to Loki basically like, all you do is talk. And that's my Owen Wilson impression. Hopefully he does say, wow, in the show. He has to. So Mobius and Loki, they're talking about all you do is talk and explain why you like to torture and kill people. And Loki's like, I don't kill people just to kill people. I don't enjoy torturing people. And so I really am loving this dialogue exchange back and forth. I'm excited to see the pairing of Tom Hiddleston and Owen Wilson. I think both of them are going to have great dynamics throughout the show. And it's already showing in the pilot episode. So, yeah. Next, let's talk about this one particular scene we saw in bits and pieces of the trailer. Loki going through his past. Mobius is basically sitting him down, and they're having a conversation about just showing him flashback scenes. Like we see the Avengers 2012 scene. We see Thor the Dark World. We see Frigga again getting killed, talking with Loki in his jail cell. So reminiscing those times. And I thought that was pretty cool. I like how Loki is basically seeing all this stuff and reminiscing in it. And we also see a scene with him in Thor Ragnarok. So that is Thor's appearance in the show. Like I mentioned, Thor's definitely not making a physical appearance, but he will have that flashback scenes in the show. So I thought that was a cool, interesting scene. And Mobius basically goes out the door and solves a different mission. And that's Loki's opportunity to try to escape, like we all kind of expected. Now, there is this one little device they introduced in the show. I thought that was really funny. Whenever Loki tries to fight the TVA or tries to escape, they could basically use this device that they have, and it'll just zoom him back to where he was. He tries to run, they just zoom him back to where he was. I thought that was pretty funny device, some great comedy there. So Loki tries to escape. The guards are looking for him. Comes across the room with another character we saw earlier and says, give me the Tesseract right now. And so he opens this drawer and he sees Infinity Stones in here. Not actual Infinity Stones, but he opens the drawer and he sees these little fake Infinity Stones in here. And then he just finds the Tesseract, which is right there. So I thought that was a pretty cool, little throwback to the Infinity Stones right there and what Loki could do possibly in this new timeline and, cause more chaos. So those Infinity Stones was a cool little callback for the episode indeed. There's just, I think, a lot to speculate with this show so far. With those Infinity Stones, with the photo of Mephisto, with Mobius, there's just a lot to talk about. So, like I mentioned earlier, overall, I really loved this pilot episode to Loki, what they introduced, the world, where Loki could go, just the mysterious aspects and what could happen. Could Kang or Mephisto show up? Who knows? There's a lot to speculate, guys. From what I'm hearing, episode 2 is an absolute banger, so I'm very much looking forward to that next week. Guys, that was my thoughts. That's my spoiler in-depth review for Loki episode 1. Again, I apologize. I did do this earlier, but I had to delete it because when I showed the pictures, I had myself out and my audio wasn't playing. So hopefully it works this time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Look forward to my episode 2 review next week for Loki. I'll be back at it again, doing this live stream format. Hit the like button, guys. It really helps the channel out. Consider clicking that subscribe button if you want to see more content on this channel. Guys, thank you so much for watching. All my social media links are in the description below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.